Hi guys, first off, as always, I'm using my Nivea aftershave balm. I'm just going to apply that all over the face. Just one thin layer will do. I'm going to use it to hydrate my skin, but at the same time, it also acts as a primer. But I always love applying another primer on top of that, and today I'm going to be using this setting spray from Maybelline. I know you're only supposed to use it after the makeup, but I actually like to use it before and after, so it doesn't matter, you do you. Now I'm going to use this pore eraser from Maybelline, and this one is like the blur primer kind of thing. So I'm just going to apply that on the T-zone of my face because those are the areas that I do have more prominent pores. Not like they're huge, but I do like to apply a blurring or a filling pore eraser on those areas. For foundation today, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 104 and the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 125. I'm going to take that first Maybelline Fit Me foundation and I'm just going to pour some on the back of my hand. And then I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible and I'm just going to mix them with my damp beauty blender. And I swear to God, this has been working so well for me. It is insane how good this combination is. And again, it's drugstore, so it's really hard finding an amazing foundation for a drugstore. So I'm really satisfied and very happy with this combination. Lately, it has been my go-to. I'm just going to apply a thin layer on my face, and this is just going to balance out my skin tone, and it's going to hide any redness or discoloration. For concealer, I'm using this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in this shade 15, and I'm just going to apply that right underneath the eyes where I can see a little bit more of my dark circles peeking through. And I'm also going to apply that on the eyelid, and this is just going to act as an eyeshadow base, and it's going to prevent my eyeshadows from cracking, even though we're not using that many, but we're still using some powders on top. And then it's also going to cover my veins and discoloration. To set the foundation and the concealer in place, I'm using this MAC Studio Fix pressed powder, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab that all over the face. I love dabbing my powders on top of my skin because I feel this way the powder has a chance to sink into the skin, and if I start sweeping that powder all over the face, I feel like I'm moving my foundation and concealer around rather than just setting it in place. Once again, with the same Studio Fix powder from MAC in the shade NC15 and a dry beauty blender, I'm just going to focus that on some areas, and I'm going to do a little bit of powder highlight. That's why I didn't apply so much concealer, because I want to do the highlight with the powder. I feel like it works best for me at the moment. I'm just going to apply that underneath the eyes, on the jawline, and on the chin, and on the forehead. And as you can see, there's a huge difference applying the powder in this way. It focuses a lot more in one area, making it a lot more brighter. Now taking my Heat Wave Hard Candy bronzer, I'm just going to start warming up the face. This is not my contouring bronzer. This is just going to warm up my face, and it's going to act as a transition shade for my contouring. For the actual bronzer to contour with, I'm using this NARS Laguna bronzer, one of my favorite bronzers. I don't know how I haven't used it in so long, but I am back in love with it. And I'm going to do just that. I'm going to contour my face, and I'm just going to carve out the hollows of the cheeks, the sides of the forehead, on the forehead, and I'm also going to carve out my jawline because I want my features to be super prominent. Picking up this super thin, not dense blending brush, I'm just gonna blend everything together, all the bronzers, all the powders, everything together, so you can't tell where any of the powders start or end. Picking up my Essence eyeshadow palette. This one is all about Sunrise. Honestly, it's the best eyeshadow palette in the world from the drugstore. That is, in my own opinion, of course. With a Q-tip, I'm picking up the Corner Vanilla Shimmery eyeshadow. I'm just going to apply a little dot on the tip of the nose, and I'm going to apply a line down the center of the bridge of the nose, and this is going to really highlight that bridge. And I did bring it a little too far, so that's why I'm bringing it down. Now taking my contour palette from Kat Von D, I'm just going to pick up the middle bronzer, and I'm going going to start creating some parallel lines on the sides of my nose. And I know they're going to start looking a little harsh, but don't you worry. I kind of used the highlight as a guide as of where I can apply my bronzer. I've been loving this new contour technique that I've been doing recently. Well, not that recently. You guys are seeing it now because I haven't uploaded in a while. But I have been loving this technique. And once I do draw the lines as dark as I want them to be, I'm just going to take a really tiny blending brush and I'm just going to sit there and blend for 5 minutes. I'm not joking you. That's how long I blended. With my new toy, and this one is the Becca and Jaclyn Hill face palette. They're highlighting in blush. Oh my god, OMG, it is the best thing in the whole world. I'm just gonna mix these two blushes. I have no idea what the names are, something spritz and something no idea. But anyways, I'm just gonna apply that blush on the apples of the cheeks. Picking up my MAC Fix Plus. This has been another really awesome trick that I've been doing, is setting my makeup before I apply my highlight, and just before the MAC Fix Plus dries, I quickly go in with my highlighters, which in this case is Prosecco and Champagne Pop, and I'm just gonna mix them together and apply them on my regular areas, which are the highest points of the cheeks, on the chin and the Cupid's bow, and just whatever's left over on the tip of the nose. And what really makes the makeup last is while the MAC Fix Plus is drying, your highlight is also drying with it, so it's really like a glue for your highlight and it lasts all day, no jokes. Once more with my eyeshadow from Essence, All About Sunrise. I'm picking up the exact same vanilla shimmery eyeshadow in the corner, and I'm just going to focus that on the tear duct area, and I'm also going to focus that on the highest point of my eyebrow, and this is going to balance out the highlight, and that is it for the eyes. Super simple. With my NYC liquid eyeliner, one of my favorite eyeliners, I swear I've used like 10 of these. I just go through them so quickly. I'm just going to do a regular wing line. For me, it's just like an everyday wing line. Maybe for some of you guys won't be, but for me, it's just like the norm. Taking this Sephora nude eye pencil, I'm just going to apply that on the bottom waterline, and this has been one of the longest oldie but a goodie trick to make my eyes look huge and awake. Now I'm just going to apply some mascara, and this one is from Maybelline Volume Express. I'm going to apply some on my upper and lower lashes. For lashes today, I'm using the Ardell Wispies, and these are the double ones, so it's 2-in-1. Super beautiful lashes. I love that style, and the way that I apply them is I always place them in the center of the lash line, and then I move onto the outer corner of the lash line, and then I connect it to the real lash line, and then I move into the inner corner of the lash line, and I connect them as close as possible. For lipstick, I'm using this liquid lipstick by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this one is in the shade Milkshake. Super beautiful. A really similar shade for this is Vice by Colourpop, which I also have. I swear they're the exact same. You do not need to spend $30, that is Canadian, on a liquid lipstick from Anastasia. I really love how it turned out with this nude pinkish theme, but I also wanted to share with you guys another theme that I've been really liking, which is a red lip and a red bandana. The exact same makeup, just different bandana and lip color. To achieve the red one, I'm using the infrared from Smashbox lipstick. This was the first product that I purchased from Smashbox, and I absolutely fell in love with this lipstick. If you don't like the pink and you want to do something more classic like a red lip, then go right ahead. This is a perfect idea. It still looks amazing. Just because the lipstick is super hard to get straight lines with, I'm just gonna go back in with my MAC red lip liner, and it's not misspelled. It does have 2 D's written on it, so that is how it's written. Anyways, that is all for this makeup look, you guys. I hope you enjoy. Mwah. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel once more. Thank you so much for being here. As I promised, I was gonna try and be more consistent and upload more often in my channel, but that hasn't worked very well for me. I am so sorry. This weekend is my boyfriend's sister's wedding, so we have been so busy with that and getting everything ready, and I've been trying to get videos ready so they can go up while I'm away, because I'm gonna be away for 5 days. I'm gonna be away Friday the 24th, 25th, 26th up until Monday, and then I'll be back on Tuesday, but I won't be able to film because I have work. I have to work on Tuesday, so who knows when I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be gone for a little bit, and I'm really sorry about that, but I have brought you guys this makeup look. I don't want to call it pinup, but it kind of looks like a pinup pink nude makeup look. I have no idea what I'm gonna call it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and thank you so much for watching and for being here, and as always, I will see you on my next tutorial very soon. Bye bye. Mwah.